October the 11th, 2024, and on this Friday card, we have some great games. College football action's on the way, and we have an elimination game between the Padres and Dodgers. I've got winners in each of the sports. Let's get into it. This is the Free Three. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we're trying to get to the bag together and we're trying to make that money. Yesterday, we had another split day on the channel. I think I'm done with the bonus picks. For some reason, the bonus picks have not been cashing in for us. I'm just getting so excited because there's so many plays I'm liking. It's making us win some games and we're losing some games. So yesterday we cashed on all our NFL plays. I told you Jordan Mason, longest rush, cashed that in the first quarter. No sweat bet there before he got injured. You love to see it. We also took 49ers on the first half in the spread. They got that done. I told you they're a first half team. They were able to handle the Seahawks pretty easily there. We lost on our bonus bet of the day when I said Coastal Carolina and James Madison over. That one was trending towards the over, but Coastal Carolina couldn't score any points. James Madison dropped 39. If Coastal Carolina dropped like 20, we would have gone over, but hey, it hates to see it there. And then Breanna Stewart, double-double. The hook. We lose on the hook. We went into overtime. We lost by one rebound there. That one really hurt, man. And guess what, though? I gave you guys the series future. I said the links to win. They did. And now we have a perfect opportunity to hedge off of it. I told you to take Breanna Stewart to win Finals MVP. I don't know. Jonquel Jones was looking really good yesterday. But now the Liberty's at plus money themselves. So if you took the links yesterday, like I told you, at like plus 200, plus 220, plus 240, now you have the chance to get Liberty on the other side. You'll finish that bet in profit. You can't lose because you got plus money on both sides. But yesterday we went 2-2, breaking 500 right now for the month of October, but that is okay. Why? Because the weekend is here, baby. And you know the weekend is when we cash in on our football bets. And tomorrow's slate, that is a beautiful slate that we have tomorrow. We got so many good games. Alabama, South Carolina, Penn State, USC, Texas, Oklahoma, Oregon, Ohio State, Tennessee, Florida. Oh, man, there's so many games on tomorrow. I'm excited for that slate. So if you guys have not smashed that subscribe button, if you're not watching the Saturday reels that you were dropping, I don't know what you're doing because I don't think there's been a single Saturday that we have not finished at least 2 or 3 games above 500. Like, we're cashing in pretty consistently every single week, and that's why we have such a good college football record this year. Right now we're 27-14, and in today's video I've got a few more college football bets for you, and I've got a best bet inside the elimination game in this Padres and Dodgers game. Let's get into those winners right now. So for my first best bet of the day, let's go to the college football slate, and we're going to go take a look first at the UNLV-Utah State matchup. If you guys tapped into the reel last week, we took Boise State against Utah Tech, and we took their team total. Even though the number was very high, it still was a no-sweat bet. We got it done, and this week we're going to run it back. I'm going to take UNLV's team total over 41.5. If your book has it at 43.5, like I'm seeing on certain books, I would play that as well, but I'm willing to lay the juice on minus 145 here. I'm willing to take this 41.5 point number. Why? Because I really trust this UNLV offense right now. There was a lot of controversy going around with that team with Matthew Sluka, the quarterback who left because of the NIL deal dispute, whatever the hell was going on there. But now they have Haj Malik Williams who've come in as the starting quarterback. And for Barry Odom, he's been doing very, very well. He's been a great since he's taken over. 2 wins and 2 starts for him. He's completing 83% of his passes. He's adding something on the ground as well in terms of 31 carries with 2 touchdowns. You love to see that. He's averaging 8 yards per carry. And I think the biggest difference between Malik Williams and Sluka. Sluka was not getting the ball to Ricky White, who is UNLV's best receiver, and truthfully one of the best receivers in the entire country. And every week it seems like Ricky White is just going absolutely crazy. He has a 100% catch rate on 29 receptions. He's averaging 13 yards per play and 6 touchdowns this season. We know this is a UNLV offense that likes to play fast tempo, fast pace. We saw that last week against Syracuse. And truthfully, UNLV, they got hoed last week against Syracuse. I know we were on the quarterback, Kyle McCord's passing yards. We didn't really take a side. I leaned Syracuse on the spread, and they actually did cover that game and won outright. But really, if it wasn't for the referees, UNLV really should have won that game. They lost in overtime 44-41. But that's why I like this team total here, because this is an offense that we've seen score points this year. 41 points last week against an ACC Syracuse defense. 59 points the week before that against Fresno State. They dropped 72 points against Utah. So they did play Utah Tech already, and against Utah Tech, they dropped 72 points. But Utah State, sorry, not Utah Tech, is the team that played Boise State last week. So I did get that right. And Utah State, they lost that game to Boise State 62-30. They lost to Temple, which is a god-awful team, 45-29. Lost to Utah 38-21. Lost to USC 48-0. So this is a team that's lost 4 straight games. They're not very good defensively. They can't stop anybody. So UNLV team total over 41. You can play the 43, 44 points as well, but UNLV will get it done against Utah State as the Aggies defense, they're not really good. Like I said, they dropped 4 straight games. And if you look at all their defensive numbers, they're on the bottom 30 in every single thing. Rushing defense, passing defense, pressure. So because of that, I think that the UNLV is going to be able to run up the score here. And keep in mind that one at-large bid is going to happen in the 12-team playoff. UNLV with the loss to Syracuse, that's not looking as strong as it once was. But remember, the committee looks at margin of victory as well. So the thing is, UNLV, it's going to behoove them to be able to run up the score. And yes, I would lay the minus 19. I just want to lay that many points. But UNLV, it's going to help them when they play lower caliber teams like this to absolutely blow them out by 20, 30, 40 points because the committee looks at that. So as a result, I think that UNLV is going to run the score. They're going to score a lot of points. Give me them against Utah State to go over their team total. Now, for our second best bet of the day, we're going to go look at the Maryland and Northwestern matchup, and I'm going to go look at the quarterback. The player props and the passing props have been doing very well for us here on the channel. We took like Cam Ward last week. We took Kyle McCord. We've taken so many different guys here on the channel, and it's cashed in. So now we're going to take Mr. Billy Edwards, the quarterback for Maryland. We're going over 255 passing yards. You can get that at minus 115 odds. Now, the reason why I like this pick here is because Maryland looks to throw the ball a lot. Northwestern is not that good of a team. They're 2-3 on the year so far, 0-2 in Big Ten play after dropping last week to Indiana 41-24. They lost to Washington 24-5. They lost to Duke 26-20. Their only 2 wins of the season is against Miami of Ohio 13-6 and Eastern Illinois 31-7. Well, this Maryland team, they're a little bit better than both of those teams, and as a result, I think they're going to be able to score some points. I do like Maryland's team total over 28 points as well, and I just think that this is a Maryland offense that likes to throw the ball a lot, and Billy Edwards is going to be the guy who's going to be able to get it done. He's gone over this total in every single game this season except for one, and that was against Michigan State, and he still threw for 253 yards in that game, and Michigan State has a much better defense than this Northwestern defense does. Against UConn in game 1, he threw for 311 yards. Against Michigan State, like I said, 253, so right there on the line. Against University of Virginia, 263 yards. He threw for 328 yards against Villanova, and then last week's loss against Indiana, he still threw for 289 yards. And they're coming off a bye week as well. So for me, I like the extra time that this Maryland offense has had time to prepare for Northwestern. We saw the quarterback for Indiana, Curtis Rourke. He threw for 383 yards against this team. This is not a Northwestern pass defense that's causing any type of pressure. Their cornerbacks are not that good, and I think this is a game that Maryland wins pretty easily. I don't want to lay the -9, -10 because I don't really know too much about Maryland's defense. I just don't think Northwestern is going to score enough points, but I do think that Billy Edwards is going to be the guy that's going to get it done. Keep in mind that this is the same Maryland offense that had Tua's younger brother last year, who was throwing for like 400 yards a game. So they're going to look to throw the ball a lot. Billy Edwards is obviously a little bit not as good of a quarterback as him, but he's been in the system for 3 years. This is his 3rd year with the team, so he's had a lot of time to play backup, get familiar with the playbook, be able to sit down, get his time into the offense, and now it's his time to be able to get it done. I like this. We've been cashing on these Friday player props and passing yards, so we're going to go over 255 pass yards as our second best bet of the day. For our third and final pick of the day, we're going to head to the NLDS between the Dodgers and the Padres. Game 5, series is tied 2-2, and the Dodgers are back at home. And because of that, I think we're getting a little bit of value on the Padres here. And as a result, I'm going to take them on the first 5 run line. We're getting the half-run insurance here. I love that. So if it's tied, we still cash in, and we get this at minus 125 odds. So if you do want to lay the plus money on, for them to win on the first 5 money line, I'm not opposed to that. The reason why I like the Padres here in this matchup. I don't know if they're going to win it. I do think they are going to win, but I just don't know because I don't trust the ballpens, is because we're getting two Japanese pitchers on the mound today. Yu Darvish is on the mound for the Padres. Meanwhile, Yamamoto is going on the mound for the Dodgers. But the reason why I like the Padres is because Yu Darvish is used to this position. Yamamoto has made his MLB debut this season. He's had a great season for the Dodgers, 7-2 on the year, 105 strikeouts with a 3 ERA. But the thing is, he's never played in the postseason, and he's definitely never played in the MLB postseason, an elimination game when everything's on the line. And that's really matters here, okay? That's a lot of pressure. This is a big situational spot. And he faced his Padres team in game one. He only went 3 innings. He gave up 5 hits, 5 earned runs on 1 home run. So for me, I really just don't have the confidence to see him get it done. Meanwhile, Yu Darvish, he pitched against this Dodgers team already this series, and he went 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run to go with 2 walks. That's what Yu Darvish can do. But if you look at Yu Darvish's numbers, he has plenty of experience in the postseason. 12 postseason starts Yu Darvish has made, dating all the way back to 2012 when he used to pitch for the Texas Rangers. So he's been in this situation before. He's pitched with the Dodgers, so he's used to that stadium as well. And then he's come off a really strong outing for the Padres in his last start. This gives me the confidence for me to take him here. And look at some of the recent numbers that Darvish has had in the postseason. I just mentioned 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 run against the Dodgers last game. In his start before that against the Phillies back in 2022, 5 strikeouts to go with 6 innings, only 2 runs given up. His start before that against the Phillies and back in 2022, another 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. And then a start before that against the Dodgers, which was a win, he went 5 innings, 3 runs given up. So he's been in this situation before. Those type of numbers are going to be able to get it done. I think that the Padres can get to Yamamoto early in terms of maybe 2, 3, 4 runs. If you want to take his earned runs over, I'm seeing it at 1.5 on certain books. I do like that as well. Only reason why I don't want to lay that is that the Dodgers pull him like really early, like 2 or 3 innings in. But I think if they do that, then that means he's giving up runs. So if you want to take his earned runs over, I'm not opposed to that. But I think that this could be a pitcher's duel, but I really trust the offense of the Padres a lot more. Fernando Tatis, this playoff series has been absolutely dynamic. He's been crushing the Dodgers literally his entire career, but specifically on the road at their stadium. We've seen Jackson Merrill be able to play well. Machado has been doing good, and he hasn't really had an explosion just yet. I lean the Padres here just in the first 5. If we have a tie game, they should be able to get it done. All the cards are on the line, 2-2, everything's at stake. I'm taking the Padres here as long as Darvish does not feed Mookie Betts a tosser, because Mookie's just been crushing it to start the games. We should be pretty good here. So give me the Padres first 5 on the run line as our third and final pick of the day. That's it for me today, my friends. 3 best bets, no bonus bets. That's coming your way today. We just want to keep it real simple and clean because tomorrow we're going to have a loaded college football slate. But for today, we're going to go UNLV's team total over 41.5 against Utah State. We're going to take Billy Edwards over 255 passing yards. And we're also going to take the Padres on the first 5 run line. We're going to get that half run insurance there. I like that as well. Utah, if you want to know what I lean in that Utah game tonight, I do lean Utah, but it is dependent on if Cam Rising is playing. I don't know if he's playing on certain books. They still have Zach Wilson's younger brother. They still have his lineup. But for me, if Cam Rising plays, then Utah should be able to get that done tonight. But those are what I'm taking today on this card. If you want a few extra plays that I might be adding, join the free Discord group and I've got you guys. All right, my friends, let's get to that chatter and I'll see you on tomorrow's video. Later, gang.